Good morning, everyone. Today's topic, Introduction to Radiology and Urinary Tract. First turn by Dr. G. Balachandran, sir. Me and our tributes to the great souls. First, sir, William Röntgen, 1845 to 1923, discovered X-ray in 1895, father of radiology. His house, the first medical X-ray by William Röntgen of his wife Anna Bertha Ludwigshand. Sir Godfrey Newbold Hounsfield, 1919 to 2004, father of CT scan. Necessity is the mother of all inventions and discoveries. Paul Christian Lodberg, father of MRI scan. Christian Doppler, 1803 to 1853, discoverer of the Doppler effect. Nikola Tesla, 1856 to 1943, discoverer of the magnetic field AC current, unit of magnetic strength. Alexander Edmund Becquerel, discoverer of radioactivity. Marie Curie, 1867 to 1934, discovered radioactivity. To study the phenomena of the disease without books is to sail an uncharted sea, while the study books without patients is not to go to the sea at all. Said by Sir William Osler. Introduction. Conventional radiography of the urinary tract includes several diagnostic studies: cystogram, retrograde urethrogram, and Whiting cystourethrogram. MCU and VCO definition, indication, contraindications, requirement and technique, consent, procedure, and imaging sequence will be discussed today. Cystography is a fluoroscopic study that the images the bladder. It is similar to the Whiting cystourethrogram, and difference between the studies is primarily one of the emphasis. The cystogram focuses on the bladder and VCUG focuses on the posterior urethra. The study has been adapted to CT with a CT cystogram. Technique: insert the Foley's catheter in bladder or use an indwelling Foley's or suprapubic catheter. Introduce water-soluble contrast through the catheter such as ICU 300 or cystographin. If looking for bladder leak after trauma, fill to detrusor contraction or at least 300 ml. If looking for post-operative injury, then fill to a smaller volume like 100 to 150 ml or until resistance is felt. Avoid overfilling so as not to blow out the anastomotic suture. To try to ensure a detrusor contraction, try to have a patient void if possible. The following projection should be acquired keeping the ELRA principles: AP scout image, AP early filling image. If injury or post-operative evaluation, focus on these areas. AP and steep obliques of the bladder, try to include the areas of where the UVJ would be. Post-void radiograph, a double contrast cystography, or pneumocystography, variation on the standard cystogram is possible, but it is very uncommonly performed. Cystography and urethrophy consist of imaging the bladder and urethra following administration of contrast media. The study may be combined. These studies include cystography, cystourethrophy, Whiting cystourethropy, and urethropy, integrate and retrograde. One of the scout images may be obtained before the infusion or injection of the contrast of any of these studies. Following contrast administration, images are obtained in various projections appropriate to indication for the studies. Example: oblique, lateral, during rest and strain, and or during voiding. Abnormalities of the bladder or urethra may be detected, as well as extrinsic effects on them by adjacent abnormalities. Fluoroscopy during the procedure may enhance diagnostic accuracy and is especially valuable in assessing the urethra, detecting contrast media extravagation from the bladder or urethra, and documenting the presence of vesicourethral reflex. Indication of cystourethropy include, but they are not limited to, evaluation of the following: recurrent urinary tract infection, vesicourethral reflex, bladder morphology and capacity, bladder diverticula, leak from the tear of leak from or tear of urinary bladder, entrovesical, vesicouterine, vesicovaginal, and vesicocutaneous fistula. Integrity of postoperative anastomosis and suture lines, bladder outlet obstructions, incontinence, dysfunctional voiding, hematuria, neoplasia. Evaluation of bladder leak after pelvic surgery. unexplained free intraperitoneal fluid following surgery or trauma. Trauma भी है ये, congenital anomalies of genitourinary tract and post-operative evaluation of the urinary tract. Absolute contraindication is none. Relative contraindications is pregnancy, is a relative contraindication to cystography or urethroplasty. Urinary tract infection, antibiotic prophylaxis should be considered in the patient with a history of urinary tract infection. The patients with active urinary tract infection considered may be given or delaying cystography or urethroplasty until the infection has cleared. Iodinated contrast allergy, the possibility exists for contrast media to be systemically observed during cystography or urethroplasty. This commonly occurs if there is an extravagation of the contrast media into the urethral bladder lumen. And it may occur, though uncommonly, in absence of a frank extravagation. Whiting cystourethrogram. The Whiting cystourethrogram is a dynamic test used to define the anatomy and in the part the function of the lower urinary tract. It is performed by placing the catheter through the urethra into the bladder, filling the bladder with contrast material, and then taking X-rays while the patient voids. Scout film. Several films are taken when performing a Whiting cystourethropy. The first image is a KUB called the Scout film. On the film, one can evaluate the bones of the spine and pelvis, injury or congenital anomalies such as spina bifida, and soft tissues like calcification, foreign body, or etc. This is the normal Scout image. Scout film. Patients with urological problems like urine infection and incontinence may have a spinal abnormality that result in abnormal innervation of the bladder. Such anomalies are commonly associated with anomalies of the vertebral column. Here is the spine from a normal KUB or Scout limb. Notice the posterior process of all the vertebrae are intact. You can see the posterior process behind and below each vertebral body. Notice the posterior process are absent below L4. Thus, patient has a lower lumbar spina bifida. Read this guy. What is that foreign body? Defining an unknown object. When you see something on an imaging study that you don't understand, this is helpful for systematically to describe the shape, location, density. Give it a try with the object on that Scout film. Identify the unknown object. Shape. It is a long thing and it curves. Shape of a catheter or tubing. Location. Is it in the child's body or external? Of course, the lateral view or the oblique view would answer that question. But what do you think? It is internal. Where does it course from and to? It seems it reason from the abdomen and the chest. One end is not seen in the film, the other is near the rim, but coursing from abdomen to the point. Density. It is a relatively high density, at least as radiodense as a bone. Whoever made that tubing probably wants it to show up on X-ray films because it is so dense. Look careful at the spine. Let's summarize what we know. Radiodense foreign body, probably a catheter or tubing in the region of chest and the abdomen. One end appears to be in the abdomen and we don't know which is the other end. This child has spina bifida. It is a ventriculoperitoneal shunt used to drain cerebrospinal fluid in patients with hydrocephalus, common in children with spina bifida. Filling phase. After the Scout film is taken, images are obtained while the bladder is being filled with the contrast. The bladder should appear smooth and regular, and there should not be no filling defect except the balloon of the urethral catheter. The edges of the bladder images should be smooth. This is the normal filling phase. First image is filling and the complete filling. This is the irregular margins of the bladder wall. Abnormal filling phase. The bladder is not smooth. The patient has an obstruction of the urethra. She has a spina bifida. Neurogenic bladder from the spina bifida results in physiological obstruction to the urine drainage through the urethra. Her bladder responds to obstruction by detrusor muscle hypertrophy. This thickened muscle causes the regular water of the bladder. Abnormal filling phase. The term we use to describe the irregularity is trabeculation. Note that the bladder isn't spherical. Some would describe this as a Christmas tree bladder. It is a cone shaped and appears to have ornaments, actually small round diverticulitis, a result of a high bladder pressure. Christmas tree or neurogenic bladder. This is the normal voiding phase. This film shows a normal male urethra. There is no obstruction. The variation sees in the diameter of the urethra is normal. Indentation of the urethral sphincter is also normal. Voiding phase. Images captured during the voiding will demonstrate the urethra structures and obstruction and the bladder, and they will document the presence or absence of a vesico-urethral reflex. Retrograde leak of the urine from the bladder up the ureters unless there is a voiding film. One cannot determine whether the patient has a reflex because reflex may only occur with the pressure generated by voiding. Abnormal voiding phase. This film shows a boy with a congenital urethral obstruction. Notice the bladder is trabeculated. In addition, reflex present in both the ureters. This is the abnormal voiding phase. This is the normal post-void film. A post-void film. The post-void image may demonstrate reflex contrast seen in the ureter or kidney, or extravasation of the urine from the bladder or urethra, such as from traumatic rupture. No reflex and no residual bladder urine is seen in the normal post-void film because of the anxiety caused by the catheter replacement. It is not unusual for a child not to void completely. There are other and more accurate tests to determine whether the patient has significantly post-void residue. Case studies. Case 1. Case history: a 60-year-old female with a history of at least 3 urinary infection. Past history: negative. Family history: mother and sister had urine infection and vesico-urethral reflex. Exam: completely normal. Imaging: pediatrician ordered ultrasound and vesicoureterography. Ultrasound images shows this. Ultrasound interpretation: size, left is 7.7, which is normal, right 8.6 normal, shape normal, parenchyma normal, hydronephrosis normal, normal renal and bladder ultrasound. Here is the VCUG. Look at the 4 phases. Bones normal, soft tissue normal except some of the constipation. Foreign bodies, there are none. Filling phase: bladder shape, bladder contour, reflex and extravagation. Bladder shape is smooth. Bladder contour is smooth and regular. Reflex, there is no. Extravagation, there is no. Voiding phase: reflex, there is no. Urethra, it is normal. Extravagation, no. Post-void: reflex, no. Bladder empty, yes. Extravagation, no. Normal VCG. Case summary: this girl is likely, like the majority of the girls with urine infection, has a normal bladder, no reflex, and normal kidney. Her urine infection is likely to the result of the extent of bacteria from the urethra from the perineum. Case history 2. 4-year-old female has 2 febrile urine infection, fever of 104, nausea, flank pain, and lethargy. On examination, lethargic white female, temperature 103.2, pulse 130, blood pressure 78/60. Abdomen soft but tender in left flank and bladder region. On examination is more than 100 RBCs, urine showed more than 100 RBC, WBC 50 to 100, bacteria as many. Evaluation and management: full course of antibiotics to treat pyelonephritis. Why did this girl have urine infection? Renal, bladder, ultrasound normal. What other abnormality could raise her risk of pyelonephritis? Read this VCG. On scout, bones normal. On scout tissue normal. Foreign body: what is the partial radiodense tubular structure seen in the region of the pelvis? It is the catheter used to fill the bladder with contrast. Bladder shape normal. Bladder contour smooth. Reflex, bilateral reflex is seen. Extravagation not seen. Reflux, bilateral reflex, urethra normal, extravagation no. Post-void, bladder is emptied, yes. Reflex, there is a bilateral reflex. Extravagation, there is no extravagation. Vesico-urethral reflex. Urinary tract infection usually results from ascent of the bacteria from the perineum of the urethra. That's why the bowel flora causes most urine infection. Reflex does not cause urine infection, but if reflex is present, ascent of bacteria up the ureter causes pyelonephritis is more likely. Reflex grading. The grading system was developed based on X-ray VCUG findings, primarily the appearance of the calyces in order to express the severity of the reflex. You may find it useful to compare the calyx to the crystal goblet. The goblet collects urine draining from the pyramids, area of the collecting ducts, and the infundibulum stem of the goblet, draining it into the renal pelvis. This is the reflex grading. The more delicate the fine calyx, the lower the grade of the reflex. Ureter only, grade 1. Grade 2, into sharp and delicate calyces. Blunt calyces seen in grade 3. In grade 4, further blunting with clubbing is there. In grade 5, dilated tortuous ureter. In grade 5, vesicoureteral reflex, there is a bilateral tortuous clubbing, everything. Reflux, 20 to 30% of children with urine infections are found to have reflux. Spontaneous resolution is common among the patients with low-grade reflux. Management, prophylactic antibiotics, and periodic imaging. This is the grading of the vesicoureteral reflex. Grade 1, reflex into the ureter only. Grade 2, reflex into ureter and collecting system. Grade 3, reflex into ureter collecting system plus mild dilatation. It is now moderate dilatation. Grade 4, moderate dilatation and blunt fornicial angles. Grade 4, marked dilatation, papillary impressions blunted. Intrarenal reflex. This is case 3. Case history. A newborn male is referred to you because perinatal ultrasound shows bilateral hydronephrosis. Exam, healthy vigorous male, 3.8 kg, normal exam except the some vague fullness in the abdomen. Ultrasound, bilateral grade 4 hydronephrosis. The scout image taken. How do you know? How did you do? Scout film, bones are normal, soft tissue. Why doesn't the bowel gas pattern extend to the right side of the abdomen? What is this? Describe the unknown object. Shape, long, relatively thin. It's a very regular with sharp borders. Upper end is rounded and lower end is square. Left side of the abdomen, it is inside the peritoneal cavity. Outside the lower part of the object's extent point outside the peritoneal cavity, it's lateral to the iliac wing. What about its density? It's about the density of the adjacent bones, partially calcified in the infant, less dense than mature bone. So what is it? It is an umbilical cord clamp. Remember, it's a newborn. The filling phase. Bilateral reflex, blunt calyces. Tortuous ureter, grade 5. Urethra, wider than normal. This boy has a posterior urethral wall and congenital obstruction of the proximal urethra. Widening phase. Reflex, posterior urethral wall. What is this shown by the arrow? Location, shape, and density. Location, it is the left upper quadrant of the renal fossa. Shape, oval fuzzy, not as well defined as the ureter or bladder. Density, above the same density as the ureter or the adjacent renal pelvis. Need a hint? Let's summarize. Irregular, probably not a cystic or a part of kidney collecting system. Intra-abdominal, highly radiodense, appear only after contrast is dripped into the bladder catheter. If this is a contrast, how did it get into the left renal fossa? Urine extravagation. The fuzzy ovoid density that is seen only in voiding phlegm urine actually contrasts extravagation. The urethral obstruction was so severe that it caused a leakage of the urine out of the kidney into the collecting system into the perinephric spaces. Posterior wall. Along the spectrum of the severity from mild obstruction to complete urinary obstruction, with anhydramnios, no amniotic fluid, and postnatal death from pulmonary insufficiency. Spinning top pulmonary posterior urethral wall. Post-void film, the post-void image may demonstrate reflex, contrast seen in the ureter or kidney, or extravagation of the urine from the bladder or urethra, such as from the traumatic rupture. No reflex and no residual bladder urine is seen in this normal post-void film. Because of the anxiety caused by the catheter placement, it is not unusual for a child not to void completely. There are other more accurate tests to determine whether the patient has significant post-void residue. Posterior urethral walls. Posterior urethral walls were first classified by H. Young in 1990. The posterior urethral wall are the most common cause of lower urinary tract obstruction in male infant. Posterior urethral wall refers to an obstructing membrane in the posterior urethra. There are three types of wall, in which type 1 being the most common and type 3 being the least common varieties. Wall appear as a filling defects in the posterior urethra. In mild cases, presence of the wall may only abnormality with no secondary changes in urinary bladder or reflex. Posterior urethral wall, the wall appears as a lucency single arrow with mild dilatation of the posterior urethra. Severe posterior urethral wall is seen as a lucency single arrow with dilated posterior urethra, double arrows, underfilled interior urethral seen with secondary pressure changes in the urinary bladder. In case with moderate to severe obstruction, there will be associated bladder wall thickening, trabeculation, and diverticuli with dilated cone-shaped posterior urethra. Posterior urethral wall with bladder trabeculations and diverticulum. Wall appears as lucency with mild dilated posterior urethra. Bladder wall trabeculations are seen with narrow-necked posterior diverticulum. Interior urethra will be typically underfilled. Vesicoureteral reflex may be present in 50% of the male patients with posterior urethral wall. It can be physiological, secondary to high bladder pressure, overcoming the normal competency of the uretrovesical junction. Reflex can also be anatomic when there is abnormal urethral orifices position due to abnormal urethral bud and development during embryogenesis. Posterior urethral wall with bilateral reflex valve appears as a lucency, single long arrow with dilated posterior urethra. Bilateral grade 5 reflex seen in dilated and tortuous ureters. Fourth case history. 6-year-old female with have 3 febrile urine infection, no other health problems. Family history is negative of urine infection. She is a healthy female. Blood pressure is 86/60 mmHg. Normal abdomen and genitalia imaging. Her pediatrician ultrasound and VCUG. Let's see the VCUG. We will review the ultrasound finding later. Scout phlegm normal, filling phase bladder smooth and normal. Voiding phase there is a grade 5 reflex on the right, grade 1 reflex on the left. Post void there is a reflex and filling defect of the bladder. What is in the bladder? Location inside the bladder. Shape almost round with regular sharp borders. Density low density, it does not show up on the scout film, it displaces the contrast of the bladder. Summary, a circular structure in the bladder and right reflex. Look at the ultrasound. If you haven't taken the ultrasound tutorial, go there and now learn how to read a kidney ultrasound. How did you do? Focus on the right kidney. 7.747 centimeter, which is a normal. Shape is normal. Parenchyma, normal except the right upper pole, which is thin. Hydronephrosis grade 4 in the right upper pole and grade 3 in the lower pole. How can you get 2 grades of hydronephrosis in one kidney? Bladder. What is in the bladder? Right side of the bladder. Remember that on an ultrasound transverse image, the right side is always on the X-ray left. Shape, round and long on longitudinal, round on transverse. So it is spherical. Density. Remember it is an ultrasound. Hypoechoic fluid is urine. Summary, cystic fluid filled circular tubular structures on the right side of the bladder with right hydronephrosis worse in the right upper pole of the kidney. 2 more things. The kidney from the intravenous contrast, the kidney or a kidney with reflux, the contrast filling on the collecting system is normally between 3.5 and the 4 vertebral bodies of long on X-ray. Look at the right kidney. it is about 2.5 vertebral body. Why does the kidney appears to be short when ultrasound shows the kidney was a normal length? Axis of the kidney. Draw the line between the uppermost calyx and the lowermost calyx. The normal kidney lies on the axis parallel to the psoas muscle. The uppermost calyx is medial to the lowermost calyx. On VCUG of our patients, the upper pole of the calyx is more lateral than the lower pole. Abnormal kidney axis. Whenever you see a kidney with abnormal axis, you should consider these possibilities. Duplication, two separate collecting system. You may be seeing only a part of the kidney. Fusion anomaly of the kidney where two kidneys are fused, horseshoe kidney or any other fusion anomaly. Abnormal kidney axis, duplications. This is VCUG duplication, two separate pelvises and ureters. Contrast seen only in the lower pole because that is the only ureter that has a reflex. Abnormal kidney axis and fusion. This is an intravenous pyelogram. The X-ray shows after the IV contrast. The two kidneys are joined at the lower pole. This is known as the fusion. The lower pole are closer than the upper poles, just the opposite of the normal pattern. Let's get back to our patients. Why is this kidney short? Why is the axis abnormal on VCUG? This film is from VCUG, so the contrast will only appear where the reflex occurs. This child has a duplicated right collecting system, two completely separate ureters. Reflex is only present in the lower pole system. The upper pole system is connected to the ureterocele. The ureter does not reflex. So we are only seeing the half of the right kidney. This is a ureterocele. Intravesical dilatation of the distal ureter. Remember, it is within the bladder. Thought the result of the delayed rupture of the Chowles membrane, structure that covers the connection of the ureter to the bladder. Essential and obstruction of the ureter within the bladder. Ureterocele with duplication and lower pole reflex. The kidney is actually normal size as the ultrasound is shown, about 3.5 vertebra long. We only see the lower pole collecting system on the VCUG. The upper pole drains to the separate ureter that ends in the bladder at the ureterocele. That ureterocele is the filling defect seen in the bladder. This is the cobra head of ureterocele. Other bladder contours and filling defects, etc. This is the filling defect by BPH. Another filling defects by benign prostatic hypertrophy. Filling defects and reflex seen. Filling defects with reflex vaginal mass in a female patient. Hemorrhagic cystitis noted. This is a transition cell carcinoma in the right bladder wall. Note the irregularity and filling defects. This is the bladder carcinoma on the left side on the left wall. Transition cell carcinoma in the A bladder. Neurogenic bladder with the diverticulitis arising from the bladder walls. It is a primary vesicoureteral reflex. Vesicoureteral reflex with diverticulitis, secondary vesicoureteral reflex. AP and oblique image of a diverticulum. This is a large bladder diverticulum it is seen. A bladder rupture, the contrast is seen in the peritoneum. Pelvic trauma, blood clot inside the bladder, extra bladder pelvic hematoma. Prostate, benign prostatic hypertrophy. This can obstruct the ureters entering the bladder, leading to hydronephrosis and renal failure. The small bladder capacity causes are thickened fibrotic bladder wall, interstitial cystitis, tuberculous cystitis, cystitis cystica, schistosomiasis, trauma, surgical resection, radiation therapy, disuse of bladder, urinary frequency, progressive rise in bladder pressure during filling, reduced bladder compliance, thickened bladder wall and decreased bladder volume, vesicoureteral reflex. Bladder wall thickening. Normal bladder wall thickness, regardless of age and gender, is less than 5 mm in non-distended bladder and less than 3 mm in well-distended bladders. Tumor. Neurofibromatosis, infection and inflammation, cystitis, muscular hypertrophy, neurogenic bladder, bladder outlet obstruction, example posterior urethral walls, and undistended bladder. Urinary bladder wall masses, congenital septum, simple uterocele, ectopic uterocele, bladder tumors, inflammation or any infections like cystitis of hemorrhagic abacterial cystitis edematous, cystitis interstitial, eosinophilic, granulomatous, lymphocytomatous, cystitis cystica, cyclophosphamide cystitis, cystitis glandularis, pre-malignant lesion with villous lesions in the bladder dome from the proliferation of the intestine-like glands in submucosa. Tuberculosis, schistosomiasis, malakoplakia, extravesical inflammation, diverticulitis, Crohn's disease, endometriosis. Hematoma after instrumentation, surgery, and trauma. Thank you, guys.